What's up, Peep Squad? Peep Squad is in the building, baby. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. My peeps, my peoples, Peep Squad is in the building. Let's get down to the situation. Let's talk about C's from Black Ink Crew. David Emanuel, he showed up to the press conference with his legal team, which was one attorney, and also his girlfriend Suzette and his mother too as well. And C's announced to the public that he is suing his daughter's mother, Crystal, for $5 million. Like, is this a joke? Are you serious, C's? How is she gonna get $5 million? She probably can't even scrap up $500. And C's, have you ever seen Crystal with $1,000? Like, what's going on with this situation? Like, this is a complete joke. He's completely making a fool out of himself, because of the amount of money that he is asking for. It's just shocking. Like, come on, are you serious? C said he's not doing this for a storyline. C's also said his daughter Cheyenne is 15 going on 25, and that's why he wanted her to move to Atlanta, Georgia with him, or Georgia, because it's a better environment and she's not in the inner city. But in any event, C's was doing too much. He didn't seem believable at all. He didn't have no bass in his voice. He wasn't passionate at all. And then just to hear him say $5 million, his attorney said $5 million. At least 50 Cent is suing Tiara Marie or TT for only $32,000, and you're talking about $5 million. Crystal ain't never even seen $1 million. So what are you talking about? But in any event, it is crazy. C's has denied all allegations of any abuse towards his daughter, and basically he wants to take care of Crystal first, get her out the way, sue her, keep her quiet, put a gag on that mouth, and therefore he said after that he's going to build a relationship with his daughter. It's going to make it even worse because mama going to be home stressed out, and Cheyenne is going to be home stressed out too as well, and then she's going to be thinking that father have victory over my mother's here suffering. We're living in the inner city. C's got this big old house. He's on TV. He's living in a mansion. He's taking care of Suzette kids. It's just so much. It's like he's adding fuel to the fire. And then his attorney basically said that, he wants attorney fees. I was like, what? Suing Crystal for that? And the attorney had on hot waters. What's going on with his pants? Like, his suit looked like, he done grew up out of it. But in any event, C seemed very nervous too as well. It seemed like he wanted to bust out cussing and be the C's that we see on Black Ink Crew, but he was trying his best to hold it together. He was trying his best to be proper in the situation, but in any event, it is what it is. He denied all allegation, and he said if Crystal was really serious about, these abuse allegations, how come this didn't happen? How come the police didn't arrest me? How come you didn't do this? How come you didn't do that? But C's accused Crystal of actually calling the VH1 producers and the production, and basically said that she got some tea on C's and she can prove that he is a woman beater, and she wants to be back on the show, and she wants to be back on TV. Allegedly, this is what C said at his press conference. Boy, you ain't even worried about that daughter. The way you talking, like you doing too much. Like, Lord have mercy. But in any event, C said these things has happened to black men, and we can agree that sometimes people go out their way to make their baby father's life miserable. But C's threw in that. He also threw in Black Lives Matter, and he also threw in that he basically employs so many black males and black people, and he feed their family, and if he lose his barons, if he lose his standing, if he lose his deals, if he lose his show, a lot of people gonna be hungry, a lot of people gonna be starving. And C's also said that in 5 years he wants to retire and sign his business over to his daughter Cheyenne and get her to run the business. I was like, he's doing way too much. But in any event, he needs some bass in his voice. And so C's was asked, about what Crystal said about Suzette basically fat shaming Cheyenne and talking negative about Cheyenne, and C's denied all these allegations. He said it's not true, that Suzette was never negative toward Cheyenne. She never shamed Cheyenne. She never fat shamed Cheyenne. She never did anything to Cheyenne that was negative. Only thing that Suzette tried to do is for for Cheyenne was basically to show her the real estate business and be a second mother to her. I was like, Lord, we done saw it differently, C's. We done saw it differently. If you guys look on the screen, you can see what Suzette is talking about when she's talking about, Cheyenne. And it was a very bad situation. But in any event, if C's was just honest and said that Suzette and Cheyenne had words back and forth, but in any event, we are looking forward to having Cheyenne in our life and having her back in Georgia with us. And sometimes, teenage girls are quite difficult, but he didn't say none of that. He just basically denied the situation that Suzette ever said anything negative to Cheyenne at all. So it seems like he's lying. And people was talking about Suzette blazer and her dress that she has on, basically saying it looks terrible. They was talking about her shoes, her open toe feet, and they were also talking about C's mom with her boots on and her socks, and people were saying that C's mom should have had a chair to sit down. And people were also saying that Suzette needed some cocoa butter on her knees. Lord have mercy. People were going in on the comments, but you can check out the full interview, the full press conference with C's. It is on the Shade Room. So he went to the Shade Room basically, and he did his press conference, and he denies all allegation of being abusive to his daughter. Point blank, period. You guys tell me what you think about this situation. C's is this was a mess. This press conference was a mess. I don't know what was going on with C's. C's looked like he was like a middle-aged, smoked out head and drunk. He just looked different. He just looked weird. He was nervous. It's probably because he was nervous, but he's always on TV, and it almost seems like he was trying to dig his grave by saying, oh, how come Cheyenne didn't go immediately to the police department and things of that nature, basically throwing the blame on Cheyenne and the mother to prove that he abused her. And he did have a point with that, but it just seemed like it was so reckless. It didn't have any context to what he was trying to do when it comes to suing Crystal. And Crystal don't got no money. How you suing Crystal? Like, this don't make no sense. Like, you guys tell me what you think about this situation. And so C says his end game to the situation is to bring him and his daughter closer. And he says that his daughter Cheyenne knows how her mother is and how she acts and things of that nature, that she knows that Crystal be doing stuff like this, basically making up allegation and lying on him. So in any event, C said that he wants to take care of Crystal and then build his relationship with his daughter. It seems like he's doing it backwards, but in any event, he's choosing to do what he needs to do for his life, and he has his attorney right there with him. The attorney should not have let C's talk, for real.